Hair is fragile, like really fragile, especially fine hair. And so today I want to share with you something that I've been thinking about, that I've experienced, and that I know a lot about because I've been natural for a really long time. And while this particular thing could apply to any type of hair, be it straight or curly, I really want to focus in on fine natural hair. Fine hair that's in its natural state, or fine hair just in general. I'm Michelle from Fine Natural Hair and Faith. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you are not. Excuse if you see any like glare in my glasses, but this is how it is early in the morning, which is when I am recording this video. Some say the missing ingredient for hair growth is patience. And while patience is a factor in actually realizing and recognizing that hair growth, it really has nothing to do with the actual process of growing hair, which comes from your scalp. Patience is just really, and not taking measurements every like freaking 2 weeks. Okay. I say, and I'm gonna give you some tips. I say the missing ingredient for hair growth, or rather length retention, because hair growth happens for everyone regardless. Now, some people's rate of hair growth may be faster or slower. However, hair is always growing. But the missing ingredients to actually realizing and recognizing that hair growth is learning how to preserve it. Preserving the hair that grows out of your head. It seems like so simple, right? It seems really simple. And give this video a thumbs up right now if you understand where I'm going with this. The missing ingredient for hair growth is we need to get really good, like excellent at preserving our hair. Because ladies, and maybe gents, if you're trying to grow some long hair, sometimes we just be doing too much. Doing too much. Now, I know this is not some earth-shattering, brand new revelation, but sometimes we need to be reminded of it every now and again. When you be doing too much, you're not going to really recognize hair growth. And that's just the fact of the matter. And here's why. Hair is a fiber. It's made up of multiple fibers. And let's make a comparison with a piece of clothing. Clothes are made from fibers. When you wash clothing over and over again, what happens? It starts to look a little bit dull, a little bit drab. It starts to become worn. It's the same thing with hair. If we keep washing it too often and we're doing so much, manipulating it so much, it starts to get worn. And when something wears, what happens? It breaks. It breaks. It starts to come apart. This is what happens when we get split ends. This is what happens when we get breakage. It's because there's too much wear and tear going on. Now, there's going to be some natural wear and tear, but all in all, your hair is going to have to be preserved as much as possible if you're going to retain any type of length. Now, let me just share a little bit of a story with you all, because it's not even really a story. It's just my experience. So I've been natural for a really long time. Probably, let me see, I am 52 years old. I've been natural for at least 20 years. Okay. And let me tell you, when I was relaxed, what I will say is I did not really manipulate my hair that much, and it grew pretty long. It was kind of thin, but that's just the process of, the chemicals thinning out my hair. But as far as the length, I was growing length. And it's because I really didn't do much other than get that touch up. I would throw my hair back in like a bun, a ponytail. I'd wear it out every now and again. The times when it would break would be the times when I wanted to wear it out a lot. And then like it's cold in New York, I'd be outside, the wind was blowing, and I noticed a hair would fly, catch onto my lip gloss. And when I went to remove it, it would break. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like my hair is that fragile. But when I was doing nothing to it and I was putting it up and away, it was growing. So I share that to say that like, it doesn't really matter if you have relaxed or natural. Preservation is something that's very, very important if you're trying to retain length. Now, when you're natural, it's a whole new caveat because we have more fragile hair because all those grooves that come down, the hair, the curls, the kinks is an opportunity. Every point along the hair shaft is an opportunity for breakage. Can I get a thumbs up? It's an opportunity for breakage. So what we need to do is, first of all, some tips for this preserving the hair, I'm going to share with you right now. The obvious first one is handle your hair less. That means washing. Wash it less. If you're not using a ton of product, you don't really need to wash your hair every week. And I learned that the hard way because I was washing my hair every week. It wasn't even dirty. But washing your hair every week is not necessary unless you have super oily hair, which typically as naturals, we don't. We have super dry hair, and unless you're putting a bunch of products to make it oily and to, create product buildup, I would say just lessen the amount of times that you wash your hair as much as possible. Now, if you have scalp issues, that's a whole nother ball game. But if you're in a protective style like braids or twists, you can clean your scalp without actually messing with your hair, but too much. But that's a whole nother video. But yeah, handling it less when detangling, when styling. Handle it less helps to preserve these hair fibers. Another way to preserve your hair is to watch what it comes in contact with, because every opportunity for your hair to break is increased as your hair comes into contact with lots of fibers. Now, my hair is in a semi-protective style right now. It's braided in this ponytail, and my hair is coming into contact with the fibers of my shirt. However, it's really not that much because all of the hair is together. And so you've heard the saying, there's safety in numbers. It's kind of the same thing. When you twist your hair, when you braid your hair, even when it's down, it's still somewhat protected because all of the hairs are kind of like protecting each other. And so that brings me to the next point. As much as possible, only allow satin or silk to come in contact with your hair, because things like cotton and other fibers, they don't really play well with your already fragile strands. So when you go to bed at night, obviously satin pillowcase, silk pillowcase, satin bonnet, satin scarf, silk scarf, silk whatever. Me, I'm not doing the scarf thing, but so much. I will tie my hair down, but by the morning, it's off. For the most part, I don't tie my hair down unless it's in a style like this, which is a ponytail that I'm trying to preserve, or a bun. And that's just because I'm in menopause and my head is hot. But again, another video. When it comes to styling, I highly recommend either medium or medium-sized twists, medium-sized braids. I would not add hair to those braids if possible. I'm not saying, people do things I can't speak for what people do. I'm telling you what I notice works for me. Adding another hair to my hair, even if it's called human hair, guess what? It's still another fiber that's coming in contact with the fibers of my hair. So my hair fibers are different from the hair fibers that I would take from some horse or somebody's head. I don't know a lot about hair, fake hair and added hair, but I'll say this is that adding hair to your own hair can cause it to really dry out. And I've experienced this. And so I protect the style using my own hair. Doing twists and braids are really the gold standard for setting your hair and being able to leave it alone for longer periods of time. I have found that for me, braids, large braids or medium-sized braids, even, I don't want to make them too small. I can't make them too small because then it's crazy to take them out. But medium-sized braids in my hair, I can put in the most maybe 20 braids. And for some that might be too much. For some that may not be enough for the style to last. But you have to kind of gauge based on your density, how many braids and how many twists that you can put in your hair. But it allows your hair to stay put away. until you're ready to wash it. Now, you don't want to go too long and just, letting the roots grow in and then things start locking up and webbing at the roots. Another video. But you want to just at least be able to not bother your hair for at least 2 weeks, like at least 2 weeks at a time. And then you can go in and wash it and reset the style. So that's particularly what I've been doing. One thing that I recognized last year in 2021, I instituted a kind of low manipulation program for my hair, and I shared it with you all. If you're new here, you don't know about it, but I will link it down below. But essentially, it is for 1 full month at a time, you're doing the same hairstyle. For 1 full month at a time, you're using the same suite of products. This was beneficial in so many ways, from paring down the number of products I use to doing less with my hair and preserving it. And I'm not a person that does a lot of length checks, but I will blow my hair out and just do a comparison of the photos, from the year before. And here's what I recognize after doing that 1 year process of 1 month of styles and products at a time. This. Y'all, that is 1 year of hair growth. To some, it may not look like a lot, but again, my hair's not even fully straight, but there was about a difference of about that much. And that's probably about maybe 4 inches. And there's going to be less than the average of 6 inches a year because, some trimming did happen. But it was good to see that I was on the right track. And so if you're looking to grow your hair out longer, the one missing ingredient that you need to add and stir it up real good is get really good at preserving your hair. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. I will catch you in the next one, in which I will be sharing a highly requested hairstyle tutorial, which is the Twayed Out. It was me sharing, how I did this braid twist out and added color to it. So thanks for watching again. If you're new to the channel, please give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. It really does help my channel. I'm really trying to get the algorithm to recognize us fine hair naturals, okay? Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you.